welcome to my channel. And I'm here in my bathroom. I have used this vitamin A on my skin about 10 minutes ago and it has soaked in. And what I usually do is use this is distilled water, and I'm going to just kind of moisten my face with this because this is what I do every morning on a regular basis, is just put some water on my face. And I do that after I add the serum, and then I add my cucumber oil. Is something that I put on my skin with a little bit of water, and I just mix that up in my hands and put that into my skin, because after sleeping all night we kind of get a little bit dehydrated, and I kind of rub this into my hands and my nails. Peptide cream, and I usually just only use this on my neck, and I just rub it on my neck and kind of go up in upward strokes. I do a little bit of face yoga, which is one of my favorite things to do in the morning. I always make sure that I drink water, and I drink a full thing of these first thing in the morning with some lemon. And I'm going to take a little bit of my probiotic, and I like to just take that with a little bit of vitamin B12. And I just shoot that in. It says to take 4 sprays. And then that's it. Drank water. I love to drink something green. This is one of my favorites. It's Lemon Blast. I've done a video on this. It's absolutely delicious. I really enjoy it during my face aerobics. I kind of sip on it in between the exercises. You know, there's little intervals in the exercises, and I love to drink this during that time. I love taking care of my skin, and I think that the skin just absolutely loves green stuff, so I just really enjoy this in the morning with my face aerobics. Times of the morning, which is mini trampoline jumping. This is great for the lymphatic system, and it's lots of After my mini trampoline workout, I did 30 minutes of that, and I'm going to head outside. I'm going to do a little nature walk, and I'm going to add some weights to my lower body workout that I'm going to do today. And before I head outside, I'm going to put on some of this hydrating facial UVA protection, and this is one of my favorite Mad Hippie products. If anybody's seen my videos, they know that I'm a fan of Mad Hippie products. I always use some sunscreen on my face and my neck when I go outside. So I just kind of take it and smear it all over my face, my forehead, and down into my neck. And make sure that it's covered everywhere. And that's about all I do. So I'm headed outside. So I'm now outside in my yard where it's beautiful out today. And I'm just going to look around at my beautiful garden. In this garden, I don't know if you can see, but we've got some beets growing in here. We've got some cucumbers, we've got some zucchini squash, we've got tomatoes, we've got hot peppers, jalapeno peppers, different kinds of peppers, and a few different lettuces. So, and I think some cabbage. We've got some cabbage growing in there. So I just kind of look around and try to enjoy nature. I take off my shoes because I'm going to walk barefoot because I like to get grounded. I think that grounding is good for the body, and I think that getting out in nature is really good. So there's important things every day besides just, typical workouts and eating right. But I also think that it's really, really important to get out in nature and see the beauty in nature, and to pray, and to maybe do some kind of meditation. I don't really meditate. I'm really more into prayer, but it depends on what kind of meditation you're doing. I'm going to show you my my tree. This is my peach tree. My husband planted this. He got this for me for Mother's Day, and I'm excited to grow peaches. You can see that there's a tiny little peach on there. I don't think there's any more, just that little one. And then this is my blueberry bush. So I like to come out here. I don't know whether you can see that or not. I like to come out here and just look at all these different things and enjoy. So you can see how beautiful it is here. I'm going to just kind of give you a little bit of a panoramic view of the surroundings that I'm in. Okay, so I'm back here at my raised beds, and I'm just going to look at those and show you some of those. What I've got growing there is some mint, and what I've got growing over here is some cilantro. There's some parsley in there, and what else do I have in there? Down here I have, this is called lamb's lettuce, and that's stuff that I grow during the winter. There's still some of it left, but it's getting kind of old and ate up by bugs, but you can plant that in the fall, so that's one thing that I really like about that. And I also have a rosemary bush right here, and that stays pretty much all year round. So now that I'm done working out, I'm going to have some breakfast. It's about 11:30 in the morning, and I'm going to eat some delicious papaya, and I'm going to put some lime on that. Absolutely delicious. I love papaya. Watermelon and papaya are probably my two favorites. That is so delicious. So I probably worked out maybe an hour and 15 minutes today. Some days it's more than others, and some days I really work out more extensive with like insanity or something real sweaty and using tapes. I do not belong to a gym. I have never had a gym membership in my life. I've always done it at home, but I have always exercised daily. I think that it's very important to get strength training and use some weights, and so you have to have some weight-bearing things in order to be able to strengthen your bones. And of course we all want to gain some muscle and things, but it's also important to strengthen your bones, to lift some weights and use some light to heavy weights depending on the exercise that you're doing. And there's times when I will do heavier weights, and there's times when I use 3 to 5 pound dumbbells, but I will really work the muscle, putting a lot of tension on the muscle to try to build strength, and doing more like 3 sets of 30. And believe me, even on 3 pounds, you'd be surprised how tired your arms can get. So I'm going to eat my papaya, and then I'm going to just sit outside for a little bit to get about 15 minutes of vitamin D and enjoy the sunshine. So I think it's equally important to get exercise and what you're eating as it is to get a little bit of vitamin D and get out in the sun and get a little bit of relaxation. While I'm out here, I'm always thinking about meals. I work 3 days a week in a beauty salon, and I'm always planning ahead. And I'm going to make some almond milk this afternoon. And so I have peeled some almonds, and I've always tried to think about what to do with the pulp. And what I've been doing is making sort of an almond pulp bread out of it. And I usually bring that to work with me because it's really kind of hard to eat salads and put together things like that for work. So I'm always thinking ahead. I think that I'll cut up some celery and carrots, and I'll put all that ahead, and that will be for my lunch tomorrow. Sometimes I'll make a dipping dressing, something that I can sort of eat in between customers and things. Working 3 days a week isn't too much, but I still have to plan ahead for my meals and things, so I'll spend a little time this afternoon doing that, making the almond milk. And sometimes in the morning I'll use the almond milk for maybe having a smoothie tomorrow, and then I have to plan my meal for tonight, and I'm supposed to be having company this evening, my daughter and my grandson, and I need to possibly maybe eat a little bit earlier today and have some watermelon or something when they come. They like watermelon. And you know, I'm always just thinking ahead on how to keep eating healthy, how to eat. Not eating late at night is another really important thing that I try to pay attention to, because I don't like to eat, if I can help it, 4 hours before bed. And after I get through sitting out here for my 15 minutes, I will drink probably another quart of water. So that will be my second quart of water in the day, and then I'll probably have a small snack. And that's basically how I plan my day as a raw vegan, and how I try to incorporate relaxation along with work and other things that I have to do. I do have a few hours of other things that I have to do to prepare for work tomorrow and to keep my house in order and things like that. So, you know, it's a daily struggle in our lives to try to take time for ourselves along with all of the things that we have to do. But usually what I do is I'm up, sometimes it's 4:30, sometimes it's 5:30, but I try to get a head start on things and laundry and all of those things, so I've got some of those things out of the way and I'm not so overwhelmed during the day, and I can enjoy mornings, enjoy a little sunshine before I really have to knock into the day and start getting to work. So it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and if I can, that's when I try to eat more of a supper. And I put this salad together, and it has spring mix. It's got some parsley, cilantro, onions, peppers, really finely chopped up. And then I added some avocado, a few raw olives for some fat, a few pumpkin seeds that I put in there, and I also added a little bit of sauerkraut for probiotic, and that's what I'm going to eat. Just lemon is all I put on there tonight. And for tomorrow, I made some of my lunch, which this is a beet mix that I made. This is really tasty. I like it a lot, and I actually use the tops to the beets and the beets, and I put it in my food processor, and all I do is chop up a few pieces of ginger, and I just throw some apple cider vinegar in there, and it kind of makes its own sort of a pickled taste, and it really tastes good. And some carrots and celery. I have made some almond milk today so that tomorrow morning I can get up and I can have maybe a smoothie with some almond milk, something that's going to kind of keep me good for the day because I'll be busy. And I also have made in my dehydrator, I made from the almond pulp, I make kind of a bread, and I add a little miso to that and chop up some parsley, and it's kind of like a breading. It's really, really good. I've always wanted to know what to do with the almond pulp, and I'm just not one to make like a lot of, I don't know, chocolate and rolling up the almond pulp and adding all this sweet stuff and honey and all that. So I really like the idea of the bread, so I get to get that out of it. And that's something that's kind of, you know, it gives you a little more to hold you over. And a few dates, I bring those to work. Sometimes just grab a few bananas on my way into work, and then I'm good for the day. So I'm going to eat my salad, and then I'm going to cut up my watermelon for later. So now that I have finished my salad, I am going to join my family, and this is a beautiful watermelon that I have bought at the farmer's market. It's a seeded watermelon, which is really hard to find in the supermarket right now. So I'm looking forward to eating this, and I'm just going to end this video right now with this out of Romans, and this is chapter 12, verse 12, and it says, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing steadfastly in prayer. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and have a wonderful, blessed day.